Hey guys, do you work in emergency medicine? An absolutely crazy and intense environment where you see things every day that most people don't see once in their entire life? Are you feeling burned out, unappreciated, and like there's no one you can talk to about the things that you see every day and the struggles that you're having? Well, you're not alone. And I'm going to bring in a bunch of real professionals with real stories today that can relate to the stuff that you're seeing on a daily basis. I've struggled with burnout, I've struggled with discouragement, frustration many times, and I still struggle with it occasionally. My name's Aaron. I've been in emergency medicine for 15 years as an EMT, paramedic, and now working as an emergency medicine PA, and I'm the host of the Practical EMS podcast. We're going to bring in our guest today and have a great discussion that I hope you guys get some value from.
My hardest part is keeping up, and that's one of the reasons that I'm FTO, because I get people that are like you that come out of school and keep me fresh, you know, because I can tell you this, I bet you I learn a lot more from the people coming out of school and riding with me than I teach them.
No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. That's how you keep up on the new stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and
I think it's probably a 1-for-1 trade.
I think so. I think you guys, I mean, you've imparted invaluable. So much the number of years I've worked with you. Information just, I mean, because of those older, like I wouldn't say older, but you know, ancient, yeah. The knowledge that you have just in general, I mean, basis wise from the 40 plus years of doing this, like I said, I think on the last podcast, and when I have somebody like you to sit in front of, I sit down and I listen, you know, because there is that knowledge, because without that base knowledge, we can't move forward to learn new things, you know. I've heard you teaching in the hallways, and you can tell it's going to change that other person's practice. And you're just sharing and multiple times. And so that, because I love it. That's why, because I love sharing that information. And that's the kind of thing that when you're new and when we are new, that we don't learn. And that experience and changing and sharing it, and you know you're going to impact somebody's practice. I've seen that happen with you and multiple people for a long time.
Like, yeah, we learned 12 leads in school, but then like the amount of knowledge that you have with 12 leads and everything like that from the beginning to now, it just compounds that. I know this little bitty part, you know, you have so much more. So I think it's more of a 1-for-1.
Everything you hear today from myself and my guests is opinion only and doesn't represent any organizations or companies that any of us are affiliated with. The stories you hear have been modified to protect patient privacy, and any resemblance to real individuals is coincidental. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice nor used to diagnose any medical or healthcare conditions.
When it comes to, and you're definitely right when you get to have the newer medics. It does keep you kind of fresher on the information.
Yeah. And they're eager to share it with you.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of things about this job that are timeless, too, that don't change, too. I mean,
mask pants? Wait.
Like the technology and like, you know, there's new studies all the time that change how we treat patients and change how we work patients up and all this stuff. But there is a lot of stuff that's timeless too. And I think that, you know, the common sense stuff is not taught to people in school. And so that's what you do impart to people a lot, is that
and
stuff
the experience
that you can't really teach in school.
Yeah, there is that part of it. Experience counts for a lot. And if you're okay at your craft and you can impart some of that wisdom, that's a great thing. But like I said, I think that's one of the reasons that I remain an FTO through all these years, was just to keep myself fresh. And that was an added benefit of being in that position. And so I think that's one of my challenges.
Hey guys, if you're interested in any of the products I'm using from First Form, I'll give you some links to those below. If you click on the links and buy their products, it will actually help support the show, as they give us a little percentage if you use my link. If you want to support that show and use some awesome products, check out these links below. One thing that I've been using every day of First Form is their protein powder. A good high quality protein that your body can actually absorb is super important every day, especially after a hard workout. So check out the links below. They have a ton of flavors for protein, so I highly recommend First Form protein if you guys want to check it out and support the show at the same time.
I find that I don't know if I still am, but I was told at one point in time, because of the way that we have we're not protocols, they're guidelines now, but they keep track of how many times that we access that. So they know when you access it. They know when you access it. They know when I access it. And they told me at one point in time, they said, you are by far the leading paramedic to access the application in the whole city. And I said, really? And they said, yeah, by a long shot. And I said, well, that's either good or bad. Either I don't know what I'm doing and I have to look it up every time, which I do that. So if I'm going on a call and I know what it is, I'll sometimes get in the app and go, yeah, just double check and see what my dosage is and stuff, that kind of thing. But I don't do it as much as I used to, but I used to read those things front to back like the Bible, I'd read it several times a year, to do that, just to keep up on what our local stuff was. But it's good to have fresh faces that can keep you sharp.
Hey guys, I'm going to jump in here. That's the end of this episode. If you got any value out of this today, if it resonated with you, if it encouraged you, the only thing I ask is that you subscribe to the show. And if you leave a 5-star rating and review, that is super helpful. I don't make any money from the podcast, and it does cost money to produce. So it's really helpful when you guys can subscribe to the show. It helps encourage me and keeps me doing this. You can also go to practicalems.com and check out all the videos and links there. There's also an EKG course if you want to financially support the show, and it's a pretty top-notch EKG course if I do say so myself, so check it out there. You can also join my email list at practicalems.com and get notified of every time we release a new episode. So check it out there, guys, if you want to support the show. And thanks for checking this one out, and we'll see you on the next one.